So when I was first thinking about becoming a personal trainer, I knew that I really wanted to be one, but I didn't actually know where I wanted to start, whether I wanted to be in a health club, whether I wanted to be in a gym, and I was kind of unsure about where I should start my course. And originally, going right back then, money was an issue, definitely. So I was pretty strapped for cash. So I started looking at for cheaper options, which like most people do. We don't want to pay more than we have to, right? But at the same time, I was I wasn't that great in terms of computers. I definitely wasn't motivated and inspired by them, that's for sure. And so the thought of me having to sit down and learn, especially when I wasn't that great at school, that was a real concern for me. It didn't turn me completely off, because I still had the hope that maybe I'd just be able to work my way through and eventually get my qualifications. But the more I looked into it, the more I realized that probably wasn't going to be the best option for me. Understanding that I would then have to go and do shadowing hours with other personal trainers and find a personal trainer that's happy. I knew other people that had tried to do that, and most personal trainers aren't that happy to share their secrets and things with you. So for me, and the other thing is, obviously, if I'm trying to get mentored by someone, you want to make sure that they're great. So what if they're not great? Then basically they're just teaching you their average habits. And for me, I really wanted to be a great personal trainer. That's the one thing I knew, is that I'd done other jobs that I kind of wanted to be good at, but this for me was something that I wanted to be the best PT that I could possibly be. So look, I looked at other options, and in the end I chose a premium option. And it wasn't until I got started in this face-to-face course that I knew I'd made the right decision, because first of all, I just knew that I wouldn't be able to complete it online and watching, most online courses don't even have videos, but it was just working your way through and putting the answers in the boxes, and I just knew that I would get completely bored with that. I'd be totally unmotivated and uninspired with it. And I just thought, I really want to learn from some great coaches. It'd be good to have some other people in the class. Even though I was pretty intimidated by the other people in the class, I thought, I'm just going to turn up and there'll be a bunch of bodybuilders and fitness models around me, and then there's little Dave trying to do his course. So but it turned out that I had some really great people in my course, and that I was able to learn from as well. They gave me some real contrasts, especially in terms of what they were really good at and where I needed to develop my knowledge and my skills to get as good as them in those particular areas. And it also helped me establish what I was already really good at. And there was some other guys that would really help and mentor you as well within the course, and so we all helped each other. So for me, I was really grateful for the experience, number one, in the class that I was in, but more so for the coaches that I was learning from, because I just knew that without doing a face-to-face course, I just wouldn't have made it. Now, the other thing that I didn't really think of before I started was, well, who's actually going to help me to get started in the industry? Because it's one thing to get your qualifications, but it's another to get started in the industry. And we all know it's not what you know, but it's who you know. And I was quite fortunate that I'd built really good relationships with the coaches, and the coaches were able to help me to get a start in my very first personal training studio. So that was where I kind of started. And these days at NHFA, we work really, really hard on making sure that we've got direct pathways straight into the industry. So for us, it's not just about the qualification. I think that's the real difference between us and other providers. That there's other providers out there that want to give you the qualification. We're not concerned just about the qualification. Of course, we want you to get the qualification, but we're really concerned about developing your knowledge, your skills, understanding systems and processes that you'll need to get really good at to be super successful in the industry. If you want to be one of the industry's best personal trainers, then you need to develop all the knowledge and skills, those processes, those systems, to be able to really make it to the top. So, look, something for you guys to think about, I guess, if you're watching this now, is thinking about, okay, what are the knowledge and skills that I really need to work on? Who would I be better off doing the program with? Would it be someone that's just purely online, or do I really want that face-to-face interactions, working with the coaches? If you want to be the best, it makes sense to get taught by the best. So I've worked extremely hard on getting the very best coaches and mentors together to make sure that our students are at the very top of the game when they're completing their qualifications. Not only that, we have ongoing mentoring as well. So if you want to get started in a health club where you become an independent business owner, meaning you're effectively starting your own small little business in a larger health club like a Good Life Health Club, an EMF, or one of those big providers, then we show you all the things that you'll need to get great at to be successful in those clubs as well. So regardless of your goal, whether you want to be an online trainer, whether you want to do boot camps or group sessions, online in face-to-face in health clubs or gyms, you're going to build a really an amazing skill set with us here at NHFA. So hope that all makes sense, and I'd love to see you here in the future.